What up, Prof Leaders? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are Kingston Seawall. This is the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. And we're showing you what's happening here at Kingston. Last time we were in this neck of the woods, there were some ongoing projects. We want to take a look at them and see how much progress has been made. They were building some new structures on this new promenade at the Kingston Seawall. What looked like it could become elevated stage or platform with a whole bunch of posts, uprights, dozens and dozens of them. So we want to see what happened to that structure, and we want to see what happened to the other developments. Now this is Camp Street. We're coming upon Camp Street, and a lot of the traffic that was coming off of the traffic circle at Kitty is doing so to avoid the traffic jam over at Marion Academy. That's Marion Academy, and because of people dropping their kids off to school in the morning, that creates a traffic jam. Creates a traffic jam on Carifesta Avenue, and a lot of the traffic comes off of Carifesta Avenue, gets diverted onto this Seawall Road, Rupert Craig Highway, to avoid the traffic jam on Carifesta Avenue. This is Camp Street. Looking north, it's about 8 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. So this is the heart of the city at rush hour, Camp Street. And over here, the tide is out at 8 a.m. on Monday morning, Monday the 5th of June. This is what the seawall looks like after a night of revelry. So every Sunday night, people come out here to hang out and have beers and shoot the breeze and smoke stuff and things. So typically happens on Monday morning. It's this place is covered with garbage. But today, it seems fairly clean. Comparatively clean, that is. There's still a lot of garbage. But this is what's happening here. In fact, this was a project by the government of Guyana, in fact by the First Lady, to beautify this neck of the woods, and they built a promenade. And so that's what we're coming upon right now. We want to see what has happened since the last time we were here. They put paving stones on the seawall, and they built this small sandbox for kids, right? This white picket fence surrounds the sandbox for kids, and they started building kiosks along this paved promenade. And so what we want to do is take a look at what has happened since the last time we were here. They were building this structure, and I didn't know what it would become, but it seems as if some progress has been made, although it isn't complete. Has not been completed. And this is the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center, which is now open. I still haven't visited. Still need to make a video on the inside of Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. It's been months since it's opened, about 6 months ago, perhaps more. So probably need to come on and clean up stuff and take a look at the inside. So this is what's happening here, guys. This building, still under construction, seems to be more kiosks. New sign here. Sorry. So this building is becoming, I guess, a series of kiosks. It might be 2 stories because I can see risers, posts being built onto the upper flat. Morning. So this is what's happening here. This is in fact a long line of stalls, right? Long line of kiosks being built here, and it's beginning to take shape. I thought it might be some kind of platform, but it turns out to just be more of the same, more of these kiosks. The ones that are completed look like this, with an upper flat. This one seems to be 2 stories or more. Right, 2 stories or more. But this part of the sidewalk has been completed. Right, this part of the sidewalk and the promenade is complete. You can see the landscaping around the Pegasus Suites is also complete. Police in the morning assembly over here. This is supposed to be a bank of washrooms, restrooms, but it's closed. But this is what's happening here, guys. This is the new promenade that was built out here. I showed you this in a previous video, so this part of it was completed since then. This is a portion of it that is still on the completion, that still needs to be completed. Probably need to come back and see it again in a few months to see if they're making progress with it. So this portion I'm walking on represents a huge gorge that's been concreted. So it's kind of a canal. Right, this is kind of a canal that was built for drainage. Seems to have been completed. They have a gate in the front of it now. Over here, Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. Like I said, I still need to go inside and do a video of it. But this is what's happening out here. They built some wheelchair ramps, which I showed you in the previous video. Some wheelchair ramps over here. The landscaping of the Pegasus Suites is also making progress. This is one of the problems we have, people opening these drains and leaving them open, so you have a hazard, a trip hazard, somebody could fall over there and die. But that unfortunately is a systemic cultural problem where we don't seem to be aware of some of our shortcomings. So this is the front of the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. They've done a little bit of landscaping. They've completed the parking lot underneath. And this is the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. See the sign on the building. And I guess all of this parking is for Pegasus employees and so on. This is the GBTI, Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry, owned by the Bihari Group of companies. They're under some repair. And this is the completed promenade in front of the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. That's the entrance to the hotel. Right, it is regulated. They also have, they brought their fusion restaurant into this building. Fusion was their in-house chef's restaurant in the Pegasus, the old Pegasus Hotel. They brought it over into the new Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. And over here, right, a continuation of the promenade. So this is a part of a beautification project that has been completed. They seem to have built a new parking lot around the monument of the I Heart Guyana, I Love Guyana monument. So this is the front, in front of the old Pegasus, right? That's the old Pegasus. And now this is what they've done. They've completed paving the area around the monument, right? They've built kind of pavement around the monument, the Pegasus Suites. That's what it looks like. I think this is a sign. We'll take a look at it in front. That's covering up the front of the monument. So this location seems to have been completed. This is the I Heart Guyana sign from in front, and this is what it looks like in the rear. But what they've done since the last time we've been here is they built, and they're still building, a new parking area. So this is a new parking lot area in front of the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. Right, all of this is new parking. Building a new parking area here, and it's already being utilized. Right, it's already being utilized, possibly by patrons of the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. That's High Street. We're looking along High Street. That's the monument to turtles. You know, turtles are in fact protected species here in Guyana. Beyond that is the Umanayana and a number of government buildings, the Court of Appeal, GAU building, and so on. And beyond that, that is the Marriott Hotel, which is now being sold. I understand they've received an offer of what, 85 million or 80 million US dollars, which some would claim is still too cheap, too low. However, it's not a building that should be sold. It's something that should be kept as part of our sovereign wealth fund. That's my opinion, and I think I've expressed that before. This is the Pegasus Suites area, and this is in fact what it looks like now after the completion of the beautification. Right, they built a new parking lot here. I don't know who's using this parking lot. It might be Pegasus clients. Right, that's the Pegasus Suites. And this is now one of the busiest sections of Georgetown. We're just going to take a brief look around the back side of the Pegasus Suites that is facing the Atlantic Ocean. Alright, so this is Battery Road in Kingston. And we're just going to take a quick walk down this street to the Seawall and see what's happening with this neck of the woods. That is the beautification drive. Progress on the paving stones that they were laying on the seawall. See if they completed that. Since the last time we were here, a couple of months ago, they were building, I think, new pavement, putting new pavement down, new paving stones down, and it hadn't been completed the last time we were here, but now I expect that they've already completed putting down those paving stones. I think they're also turning part of the seawall into parking, into a parking lot for visitors in this neck of the woods, visitors to the government buildings and so on. This sign is new, keep our city clean. That's a new sign. This is the back side of the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center and the old Pegasus Hotel. And up top, this is what has happened since the last time we were here. So I know they were building some pavement, but apparently they're also building some new space. They're reclaiming the land here. That's the Marriott Hotel, the backside of the Marriott, well, the side facing the Atlantic Ocean. And that's the jetty out there. People still fish off the jetty, but they've added some benches. I think I showed that in the previous video. But this is what's happened here. It seems as if they've been trucking in mud, soil to build up this portion of the seafront, and it managed to cover up a lot of the pavement here with dirt. So you can't see the designs in the portion of the pavement that was completed since the last time you were here. So this is what's happening here, guys. Apparently they're building this area into some kind of platform or putting in foundation for new buildings. I don't know what the plan is, but there's obviously some structural engineering work going on here. So they've put in a lot of soil to fill up this space behind the Pegasus Suites. I think there's a guy who used to plant vegetables in this neck of the woods. His farm is getting destroyed now. This is a hut. I think that's being torn down or repurposed. So this is what has happened since the last time we were here. This is the ocean side of the Pegasus Suites Incorporated Center, now completed. You've seen dozens of videos I've made on this building during the time when it was being built, constructed, and now it's completed. And this is what it looks like and what this area looks like now. So it seems as if there is still some structural engineering, some structural work going on here. They're putting a lot of soil up against the fence here for the Pegasus Suites, which might not be a good thing because it means you could simply step over the fence now. Right? It could be a security risk to put all this dirt, backfill this dirt. They might have to build the fence taller if it is intended to exclude the public. But this is what's happening here, guys. This is Kingston Seawall, June 5th, Monday, 5th of June, 2023. It's about 8:30, I guess, 8:50, 8:30 in the morning. And this is what it looks like today out here at the Pegasus Suites Incorporated Center. There's still a fair amount of structural engineering work going on. I don't know what this is going to look like when they're finished, but they seem to be putting in a lot of soil, building up the portion of the seawall that's against the fence. They've completed these lampposts, so apparently people are stealing these fixtures, as happens in Guyana and around the world. People are stealing these public fixtures, right? They're stealing these light fixtures, probably to put them in their own homes. Right, this is something we saw back at UG when people would steal the furniture from the classrooms, take them to their homes. But this is Guyana. That is also true. There are people who accuse me of criticizing the government every time I point out something negative. This is reality, guys. You can't just be blind to stuff that needs to be fixed, stuff that is wrong with the country that could be improved. And part of it is we still have a society of kleptomaniacs, people who like to steal stuff. And part of it is poverty, part of it is the inattention of the government to the wider society, because they're too busy offering taxpayers' money to themselves and to their friends and family, and neglecting the real reason why government exists, and that is to make sure there's even distribution of wealth in the society, and therefore preventing theft, the kind of embarrassing theft of public infrastructure. That's what's happening here, guys. Want to see more content like this? Click like and subscribe. In the comments below, tell me what you think about the developments here at the Pegasus. That is the Kingston Seawall, right, with all of these improvements, with all of these beautification projects, the ones that are still being built and the ones that have been completed. Share your comments below. Let me know what you think. And share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening here in Kingston, Georgetown, Guyana, one of the fastest growing countries in the world. Later!